Before the season, hunters will put up tree stands, hunting blinds, where they think the deer are going to be later in the season. Hunters may need to buy or fix their hunting equipment.
I love blowing hundreds of dollars that I really don't have before the season.
Hunters will use scent killers to stay hidden from the deer.
The products you find at Walmart, and I was always getting winded, and I started to think to myself that those products didn't work. So last year what we did was we mixed mud, water, leaves into a bucket. We drained the concentrate from all of those ingredients, and then we ended up soaking all our hunting clothes in mud water.
Deer will stay in an area where there is food to eat. Deer have been known to travel many miles looking for food. Often hunters plant crops in strategic locations solely for the purpose of attracting deer.
Next year what we're going to do is we're going to put out a lot of food plots, a lot of clover plots, plant a lot of sugar beets, radishes, just give the deer a smorgasbord of food to choose from. So whenever November comes around, they will be wherever we plant the food.
Tree stands are usually placed 8 to 30 feet above the ground. Stands are often placed at the edge of fields of crops such as corn, wheat, buckwheat, alfalfa, clover, soybeans, cotton, and many others.
I try to spend as much time as I can. Like whatever, if I have an hour in the morning, I go for an hour. If I have 3 hours, I go for 3 hours. I mean, I would love to spend the whole season out there, but you know, you got to work out other things to do. So, just every chance I get, I try to spend out there.
Hunters will sit in the woods for numerous hours.
It'll probably be morning because you can get in there at sunup and you can sit all day. When you go in for a night stand, you get in about 3 o'clock. You only have 3 hours before the sun goes down, then you're out of the woods. At least morning stand, you're having a good time, you can sit there all day.
Yeah, I prepare for hunting all the time. Whether I'm running, I'm lifting weights, or I'm shooting and preparing myself. You know, I mean, hunting for me is like all year round. So I'm always thinking about it, and I'm always getting ready for it. And even when I'm hunting, I'm getting ready for the next hunt. So it's continuous.
Mule deer's ears are potentially longer than white-tailed deers. They also have different color skin and brighter faces that resemble that of a mule. Buck deer of both species will sprout antlers. The antlers of a mule deer will branch out and rebranch in the forming of a series of Y shapes, while white-tailed bucks typically have one main beam with several tines sprouting from it. Hunters can use rifles, shotguns, and compound bows to hunt deer.
Probably 90% of the time I use a bow, but I've recently got back into shooting rifles again, so I kind of like the rifle season now too. So, but mostly the bow. Bow is the big challenge. I love shooting a bow, and I love hunting with a bow, so it's a lot of fun.
My weapon of choice is my bow and arrow. I just believe the bow and arrow, it's a lot more difficult to kill a deer. So in my eyes, I feel it's just a lot more fair to pursue a deer with a bow and arrow. But when that gun season comes around, it's always nice to have the rifle that will reach out a little further than a bow. But I'll always pick up my bow before gun. Tomorrow's gun season, I'm bringing my bow.
Food plots are very effective while hunting deer because deer spend the majority of their time eating, getting nutrients and fats that they need to survive the winter. Hunters will stay hidden by wearing camo clothing and going into tree stands or blinds.
You definitely need good equipment. You need warm clothes, proper clothes to stay out there. If it's raining, you gotta stay dry. If it's cold, you gotta stay warm. That's probably the most important thing. It's just if you can't stay out there, you're not gonna get anything. So you gotta prepare yourself to stay out there to wait for these animals.
I stay hidden while I'm hunting by absolutely not moving, by sitting still, which is actually a very hard thing for me to do when I have a coffee before I go in. So it's hard to sit still. I really count on my camo pattern to break up, you know, where I'm sitting. I like to sit in a lot of fallen down structure, a lot of fallen down trees. I like to sit on the ground, which is usually harder to do as opposed to sitting up in a tree.
Hunters will take their backpacks that will have all of their equipment in them.
Most prized hunting piece of equipment would have to be the backpack. Whatever you can fit in a backpack, you can bring out to the woods with you, and whatever you have out in the woods with you is what you're gonna need for the day. It's a good place to store your drinks and snacks. Depending on if I'm at my grandfather's cabin, I really don't do anything. It's a very easy hunt. Just walk out the back door, make sure you have your backpack and your bow. You have those two things, normally you're good. Now, when I'm hunting public land in Jersey, there won't be a time I'm out in the woods where I didn't forget anything. I gotta make sure I have all my stuff. Gotta make sure I have some money for a coffee before I go out there. Every morning's different. I guess every time I go out, you know, I'm always in a rush, so it's different every time.
The length of the season is often based on health and population of deer herd. In addition, number of hunters expected to participate during the deer hunt.
I like being outside, just being out. I think just being out in the woods, I like, you know, being around the trees, the rocks, getting up early in the morning, seeing what's moving out there. You know, not even just deer hunting. I mean, I like going after deer, but I like seeing all the other animals out there too.